Welcome time travelers and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, one event at a time, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today our first stop will be in 1607 when the first permanent British settlement in North America was founded at Jamestown, Virginia. Um, 1643 gave us 4-year-old Louis the 14th ascending to the throne of France. 1771 is when Robert Owen, a manufacturer turned reformer who was one of the most influential utopian socialists of the early 19th century, was born in Newtown, Wales. We're now going to make a stop in 1796 when Edward Jenner administered the first vaccination against smallpox. Moving on to 1804 when Meriwether Lewis and William Clark embarked from American Northwest on their famous expedition to the Pacific coast of North America. And on this day in 1948, just before the expiry of British mandate in Palestine, David Ben-Gurion and Jewish People's Council proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel, participating the first Arab-Israeli war. We are now going to make a stop in 1973 when Skylab, the first U.S. orbiting space station, is damaged shortly after launch from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, also known as Kennedy Space Center in Florida. 3 years later, in 1976, India and Pakistan agreed to resume in July diplomatic relations that were broken off in 1971 during the Indian-Pakistan War. Transportation services between the two countries were also were to be restored. 1984 is when American computer programmer Mark Zuckerberg, who co-founded the social networking website Facebook, was born. I actually thought he was younger than that, honestly. 1998 brought us two events. The first event is the last episode of the television sitcom comedy Seinfeld aired. Ostensibly a show about nothing, it was a landmark of American popular culture. And the second event is when American singer and actor Frank Sinatra, who through a long career and a very public, personal life became one of the most sought-after performers in entertainment industry, passed away at the age of 82. Now, 3 years after the turn of the century in 2003, 3 top executives of Banco Intercontinental, the Republicans Dominican Republic's second biggest commercial bank, were arrested after the discovery of a scheme that resulted in the embezzlement of $2.2 billion. The following year, in 2004, Piers Morgan resigned as editor of the Daily Mirror in London after an investigation concluded that photographs published by the paper on May 1st that reported to show British soldiers abusing Iraqi prisoners had been staged. And finally, in 2015, the American guitarist and singer B.B. King, who was a principal figure in the development of the blues and whose style inspired leading popular musicians, passed away at the age of 89. And with that, we return to 2024 and our current history. Until next time.